It's actually wild to sit here and see how selective Western outrage has become and how people only seem to care if Israel or the Jewish people are involved. Millions of people have died in conflicts around the world, but there is no attention, there is no media outrage because those wars aren't trending and because they don't involve Israel. Over 5.5 million people have died in Congo since 1990, which is the deadliest conflict since World War II, and most of them don't die from bullets or bombs, but from starvation, from disease, from collapse of basic infrastructure. Women there are raped in mass numbers. Children are kidnapped and turned into soldiers, and entire villages are erased. But again, there is no outrage. In Syria, over 500,000 people are dead, and cities like Aleppo have literally been turned into rubble. Assad dropped barrel bombs on civilians and used chemical weapons that choked babies to death. Look what Russia is doing. They're striking hospitals and aid workers and literally targeting civilian infrastructure every single day. People are quiet. Sudan has seen another 500,000 people die from genocide and civil war. In Darfur, militias committed mass rape and slaughtered tons and tons of people. The SAF and the RSF are fighting right now in Khartoum, the capital of Sudan. These are two rival generals who are fighting, and civilians are constantly caught in the middle. They're executed, they're starved, and they're displaced constantly. In Yemen, 400,000 plus people have died, mostly again from starvation, from cholera and airstrikes, and it's been actually called the worst humanitarian crisis on earth. Statistics show that a child dies roughly every 10 minutes there, and yet no one cares. No one posts about it. There is no outrage from the media. In Afghanistan, more than 250,000 people have died, which includes tens of thousands of civilians. We've seen little girls and little boys being blown up on their way to school. We saw the Taliban hang people in town squares. And after the U.S. withdrawal, families literally sold their children to survive. All of this horror, these tragedies, which are real, brutal, and large scale, all get ignored. But of course, when Israel defends itself against Hamas, the world loses its mind. Every death in Gaza is tragic, but this is not a genocide, it's war, and one of the most precise, measured urban warfare campaigns in modern history, according to the numbers, not me. And the numbers of casualties and deaths in Gaza are worsened not by Israeli intent, but by the tactics that Hamas chooses to use and how they choose to fight. You should ask yourself, why does nobody seem to care about any of these other conflicts, and they're essentially silent, but when Israel is involved in a conflict, there's global obsession and outrage. It's simple. It's because the conflict involves Jews and Israel, and deep down, that's why so many people care. If you only care when Israel or Jews are involved, what does that make you?